Are you feeling concerned and confused and worried about ICE detentions at USCIS interviews? Hi, I'm attorney Megan Pastrana of Immigration for Couples, and my firm is dedicated exclusively to helping couples across the nation and across the world in navigating the US immigration process. There have been increased reports of ICE detentions at USCIS interviews across the country. And many couples and individuals are very worried. And I'll be honest, so am I. I had to actually make this video a few times because I'm very concerned for individuals and couples who are going through an immigration process. And I don't want you to just walk away with fear. There's enough of that in the media. I want you to walk away from this video educated and understanding what is happening, who is being detained, and what can you do to minimize the impact of this policy shift and change. So historically, there have always been situations where going to a USCIS interview could have risks, especially if you had prior immigration court history, like a prior deportation. And it's really important to order your immigration file if you have prior immigration history to be prepared. But there has been certain cases where there is a risk of that occurring. What has shifted is that USCIS is now cooperating more with ICE, and ICE is now targeting more individuals and more people for detention. And so other individuals who are now being targeted for detention to be detained at their interview includes people who have overstayed their visa or who have entered the US without inspection. And historically, that hasn't happened. Why? Because these individuals are going to an interview to complete a process and literally get a decision that day and oftentimes receive their green card shortly after. So it's not logical to use government and immigration resources to have ICE come and detain someone and put them in proceedings. So how can you minimize the risks of this occurring, or how can you be mentally and emotionally prepared for this to happen and be a possibility at your interview? First, it's really important to order your immigration history, your immigration records. If you have prior immigration history, it's important to seek expert legal advice and have an attorney who can help you prepare for that interview and attend that interview with you. And I also want you to walk away from today's video understanding that while the ICE detentions are increasing, there are still very many interviews where people are going and being approved for their green card. So it's really important to balance these risks and fears with the reality of having to complete this process and not letting the fear hold you back from reaching your immigration goals and dreams. Thanks so much for watching. If you'd like to learn more, I invite you to my free resource center at immigrationforcouples.com.